I've been a contact lens wearer for a number of years now, and I generally prefer the daily disposable lenses over the fortnightly or monthly reusable lenses. The reason being is I'm more of a glasses wearer. I wear glasses possibly about 80 to 90% of the time, and the remainder I'll be wearing contact lenses for either socializing or playing sport. Welcome back everyone, how has everyone's week been? I've had a great week with a lot of lovely patients. And a thought that I get from time to time is how grateful I am to be in the position that I'm in. Getting to meet and talk to new people on a daily basis is something that I'm always grateful for. And plus, I get to do cool stuff like this, which is hanging out with you guys. If you're also thankful for the content on this channel, then feel free to press a like as it allows the YouTube algorithm to know that my work is good. Speaking of cool stuff, dailies and monthlies, which one's better? If anyone here is new to contact lenses and have no idea what I'm talking about, just to clarify, the lenses that I'll be talking about are firstly, daily disposable contact lenses, which are the ones that you use and once you're done with them, you take them out and dispose of them, in the recycling that is. They usually come in bigger packets, sort of like this, and they usually come in packs of 30 or 90. How would you know if you have daily lenses if you have a lens in front of you? Well, if you have the packaging with you, then they usually come in strands of 5. So if there's 5 in one strand, then chances are you have daily lenses. As opposed to monthly lenses or fortnightlies, which usually have much smaller boxes and they come in packs of either 3 or 6. These are the ones that you use, and just before sleep, you store them in a case with solution and you leave it overnight. And when you're ready to use them again, just take them out of the case and pop them back into your eye and tip out the solution. So with that being said, let's continue. As I mentioned earlier, I personally use glasses most of the time rather than contact lenses. The reason being is I don't want to have to fiddle around with lenses in my eyes, and whenever I want to take my glasses off, I can just simply do that. Whereas with contacts, it's a little bit more difficult. And plus, the vision that you get out of glasses is often better than what you get with contact lenses, mainly because this is just stable in front of your eyes, whereas with contact lenses, every time you sort of move your eyes or blink, it may just move a little bit, and that might make your vision a little bit more unstable. Daily lenses are also good in the sense that they are more soft and more flexible. So if you sort of, they give off this sort of jelly-like feel to them, whereas with monthly lenses they do tend to be a little bit more rigid. Speaking of flexibility, you can be more flexible with wear times with daily lenses, because if, let's say for example, you only want to wear them on Saturdays because you have sport, then it means that you can just use it for the Saturday and then you have 29 lenses left over for 29 more weeks. So in that sense, they can be a little bit more flexible. That is exactly how I use them. I only really use them over the weekend when I want to play sport, because with sport you can't wear glasses. It would be kind of dumb to. Given that you have 30 lenses to start off with, if you use them once a week, that'll be like 30 weeks, which is about 7.5 months. So if you really only wear them socially or occasionally, then daily lenses would probably work a little bit better in that sense. For those of you who are really numbers inclined, I can also do a calculation for you to see how much dailies and monthlies would cost for your specific situation. So let's take the hypothetical situation where a pack of 30 daily lenses cost about $50. Then if you use them once a week, then for the year, you'd be spending about $83 for that one eye. And given that we need contact lenses for both eyes, it'll be roughly about $166 for the year. Contrast that to monthly lenses, which usually come in packs of 3, so they're 3 months worth. And let's say for example, they cost about $40. Then for the year, that one eye is going to cost you $160. And given that we have to do 2, it'll cost you $320. So if you have a look at the numbers sort of carefully, you can see that wearing daily lenses twice a week for a year is going to be roughly the same as using a monthly lens for 1 year. My suggestion would be, if it is this case, then if you are wearing it, let's say for example 3 to 4 times a week, then chances are it might be a little bit cheaper for you if you went for fortnightlies or monthlies. And if you're a little price conscious, then there are also different materials from different brands that are available at different price points. And so I would highly suggest that you do your homework, do a little bit of research on how much it will cost and how much you would be technically using them for. As a rule of thumb, think about how many times you would be wearing contact lenses in a week, realistically. Also, look at the price of each option. And the price is going to vary because depending on your prescription, some materials may not be available and some other modalities like fortnightlies or monthlies may be a better option because of your given prescription. Now, if you're ever unsure, then just go to your optometrist, they will have your answer. Not to also mention that some lens materials are not even available in different countries because of different regulations and licensing probably. For example, there's a lens called Sea Air from CooperVision, and it literally says on the website, only available for optometrists in Australia and New Zealand. Weird. Another question that I get asked all the time is, out of dailies, fortnightlies, and monthlies, which are the best for my eyes? I guess if you are speaking from a purely hygienic point of view, then you can't beat daily lenses because you'd be using a new lens every time you wear them. Daily lenses provide the benefit of not having to clean or disinfect the lenses after you use them. And plus, if you, let's say for example, lose your lenses, then you have many more spares to use. And also, there will be significantly less protein deposits on daily lenses over fortnightlies or monthlies. Protein deposits are something that I talked about in my previous video, so if you want, you can check it out in your own time. But basically, over time, little proteins and oils in your tear film may be attracted to the contact lens, and it's going to make it mildly more uncomfortable for you unless you give it a nice rinse or put it under peroxide solution, which again is a topic that I covered in my previous video. However, with daily disposable lenses, you'd be using a new lens every time, so you wouldn't run into this issue. As a clinician, my biggest goal is to make sure that patients are using their contact lenses responsibly and replacing them when they should. Quite often I come across patients who are quite naughty and they use the lenses for longer than they should, or are not cleaning them like they should. So if I get nightmares with people going blind, then it's your fault. I never listen to my optometrist. Daily lenses can also help with allergic reactions. A paper published in 2012 looked at how many times a person developed reactions due to daily lenses versus monthly lenses. And it turns out daily lens wearers are 75% less likely to develop reactions as opposed to monthly ones. And I also think daily lenses are just downright more convenient. I've got into the habit of keeping a spare pair of daily lenses at work, in my backpack, and in my gym bag, just in case I want to have extra clarity or if I forget my glasses. Daily lenses are also perfect for children who are less likely to be more compliant with cleaning and disinfecting. And plus, it allows them to be more physical at school when participating in physical activity or just playing sport after school. I did a video a while back about the life cycle of an eye, and I talked about how teenagers who are short-sighted should spend more time outdoors because in that way they are less likely to develop more short-sightedness. And my philosophy here is that if children have contact lenses, then they can go outside without glasses and enjoy the experience a little bit more, as opposed to if everything was blurry in the distance, then they're more likely to stay at home where they're on the computer or reading. Up until now, I feel like I've given daily lenses all the praise, but it also comes with its downsides as well. If you wear daily lenses very frequently, then the cost can stack up. Whereas if you were to use fortnightlies or monthlies, then you'd be using the same lens for that 2-week or 1-month period, so it'll end up saving you a little bit of money that way. From a handling perspective, I find that patients often find monthlies to be much easier in terms of insertion and removal because of the rigidity. However, having a stiffer lens means that it's more likely to create friction between the eyelids, so have a play around with both options and see which one's the best for you. So which modality should I go for, dailies or monthlies? If you have no price restrictions and your prescription allows for it, then 100% go for dailies. These are more comfortable, less likely to cause reactions, and it allows you to be more flexible with wear times. However, if you wear lenses almost on a daily basis, then fortnightlies and monthlies would be the right answer for you. Although I mentioned earlier that dailies are less likely to cause reactions compared to fortnightlies and monthlies, in the grand scheme of things, the likelihood of you developing these reactions are still minuscule. So don't be afraid to explore this option. If you're still unsure on where to begin, then visiting your optometrist is probably your best bet. I would encourage going to the eye test and talking about contact lenses and how you'll be wearing them. But that is all I have for you today. Hopefully that clarifies any confusion between daily disposable lenses versus reusable lenses. If you enjoyed this video, please let the YouTube algorithm know by pressing a like on this video. It really means a lot. But thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.